23 interceptions. I didn't think this number could be real. I had to double check. In 2002, 23 fumbles as well. He had 46
turnovers.
Damn. I don't remember it that horribly.
What year was that?
2002. 23 fumbles.
Yeah.
This is after our run of like 98 to 2001 of being the best team in the league. And then Culpepper takes over. And 23 picks, 23 fumbles.
Damn. And that's when
that's out of control.
The greatest show on turf kind of just like
yeah,
really outstretched Justin.
Denver took over with Elway and Terrell Davis. And then greatest show on turf showed up. And it was Favre won one.
See,
of
my
those.
mom would get so hyped when he did that. I don't even think that I remember the bad times. It was just massive good times. Like me and my mom just like going with that.
Yeah. But if we were really, I would have killed somebody. I would have killed someone. If I was like as locked in and cared as much as I do now.
Young. Yeah. We were young.
15.
And we didn't know anything about defense. We'd have the team that like would score 28 and then lose. It would be 28, 35 like every game.
Fucking 23 fumbles. That's more than one a game. Every fucking game this guy's fumbling. You're like, can you just hold the ball?
Yeah, he was averaging a fumble, 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions a game.
It was, combined, it would be
so
46. So 46 in 16 games is
every other
3 turnovers a game you'd be watching and just be like, we're coming in with 3. Maybe on a good day 1, maybe on a bad day 5. Like, fucking hell. Can't play like
Yo, this is Vikings banter.
That's just crazy.
It's that part of the season. We're getting close. It feels like we're deep in the season now.
We're ready to go. This is the team heading into the season. Nobody's going to play preseason week 3. They actually didn't even play Darnold last week.
Did anybody even play this week? It wasn't.
No,
it was interesting
to
see our depth
him now,
which I feel like we kind of have a little bit of depth.
Yeah, you couldn't risk him going out because JJ's gone. They're like, all right, let's just chill. Darnold to be our week 1 starter,
and nobody lost their job as far as this last week went.
Well, Jaron Hall is now on the hot seat for the 3rd QB because we brought in Matt Corral, who was a free agent.
Okay, well, let's dive into this, too, because you just said there's some rumor
there's
around the NFL
circulating that because the Steelers are looking better with Justin Fields, that Russell Wilson could be a hot candidate for the Vikings.
We don't need that.
I
don't want him,
agree. I don't
need him.
That's a circus.
Yeah.
He's a pain in the ass. He didn't get any training camp.
And we don't need that. Like, we have our guy. Like we have JJ. Like, he's sitting. Yep. We're perfect. He's actually in a perfect spot where it sounds like we took the steps to do it right. We said, hey, we're actually going to do, like, the real surgery. It's going to take longer to come back. But you come back stronger. Yeah. It's not like, hey, quick fix. Let's act desperate.
Yeah.
And just get you back on the field.
Yeah. A full tear of the meniscus, a year recovery.
Just sit in the playbook. No stress.
That's true.
It's so good.
In theory, though, what would it take to, like, if that, what does that
to
trade
get
look
Russ?
like? What does that trade look like?
They would probably want, nothing, honestly, like a 4th to a 6th.
We don't even have it, I feel like, to get
a pick? Yeah, we got
Why would
picks.
we give any picks up for
exactly?
I'm not interested in doing it. We are so good at drafting, especially deep. And after losing Kyrie Jackson, we need those picks. I could never see that.
I would give him Addison in a 7th.
Right. Like, is there anyone on our squad?
Not giving him. They would fucking have a parade down the streets of Pittsburgh if they got Addison. I'm not giving them Addison. Addison's a very good player.
Who needs?
He was a first-round pick last year who played like a first-round
pick. But
he's
a USC guy.
Yeah, big
so
USC
guy. So again, like, you're super jaded.
He almost won Offensive Rookie of the Year. The kid was fantastic.
It didn't feel that way for some reason.
Oh, he was so good. And he stepped in and got like the experience as a wide receiver 1 with Justin Jefferson out. He's a very good player. You get a first-round pick back right now for Jordan Addison.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm not. They can give me some picks and Russ for Jordan Addison.
Okay.
Because they're also looking for a receiver. They've been trying to get Brandon Ayuk, and they can't pull it off.
I don't know why I don't. If there's something about Jordan Addison that's off. It's not the DUIs. I don't care about that.
No, you don't give a shit about that.
It's just something.
Yeah.
It's just some spark.
Really?
He had bad games when you were focused on him last year, and then he had that bad fumble. He missed a catch, and you were just
but
like,
he was also
but he's stacking stats, the quiet stats.
Yeah,
those stepchild stats.
He looked beautiful when Justin Jefferson went down. He stepped in. He looked great. But you know what won me over? That one play where he gave up on a route. I think it was a Josh Dobbs route. He gave up on a route and we got picked. And I was like, this fucking kid. And the next time, it should have been a pick, and he tore it out of the defender's hand.
Was
and went
that the
to the
game
house.
we were at in Minnesota?
No. I wanted. Was it 49ers? It was something, or Chiefs. It was something that like we shouldn't have won, and he just played like a dog. And I was like, all right, now he's learned from his like errors, and he looks fantastic. We'll see this year. This is the real.
Yeah.
This is the determining year. But the JJ McCarthy situation, I didn't want him to play. Like, this isn't the best case scenario. Getting hurt is not best case, but it's actually like second best case. I would love for him to be.
Why is second best case him getting hurt?
No, I'm saying, because you take away the injury and he has to sit for a year. There's no clamoring for JJ. We want him on the field. Like, we're, 1-5 and like everybody's chanting JJ in the stands.
And there's no such thing as like season-ending or career-ending injuries anymore. Not with like this.
Did you
stuff.
consult Papa Stead on this?
Well, yeah. I mean, it is one of those things where he'll say you can kind of come back better now with a lot of this stuff.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thanks, Brittany.
Which is good to hear.
Yeah, meniscus, he'll be fine. It's not, nerve damage or anything like that. He'll be okay. Going to 21. His body will recover very well. But these other he's 21. Yeah. He still needs that time. And now all he's going to do is be in that playbook. He's going to be on the sidelines. He's going to be watching. He's going to be in practice. He's going to be sitting with Cock. He's going to be learning this offense. He's going to be a master of it by the time he's back.
What we'll be looking for too is like, what type of leadership does he have off the field just sitting? Like, how can he like
you get
take
that
control?
Coach experience where you sit with the quarterback and you look at the tablet and you get to talk to the guys on the sidelines, and they're like, if they're talking shit about Darnold on the sideline, he's like, what was that? What did you say? Oh, okay, I'm not going to do that when I get in.
Right.
He gets a lot of experience now.
Well, it's like how I was talking about, I didn't even care if Justin Jefferson goes to preseason games, right?
Yeah.
But then now I see him at the preseason games. Mm-hmm. They're miking him up. He has all this energy. He's doing, I guess sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want the guy to like let me down of how he shows up to preseason.
Yeah.
And when he's not playing.
Yeah.
And he's become a coach immediately.
He's a great leader.
Hype guy, the mascot, like all of these different aspects. And that's what you hope.
Well,
right?
That's part of getting the big contract is like, okay, now you're part of this foundation and you need to help lead and teach.
Yeah.
And so if JJ could just sit there, have a headset on, be in all the QB huddles, like get used to just the feel and the vibe of the guys and become like an internal locker room guy before he even starts.
That's how you build that leadership. Well, that's why Jordan Love, even though I think he's overrated, that's why when he finally stepped in to play at 24 years old, he had the locker room.
Everybody's like, he deserves this.
He knew the offense. He didn't have to step in. Like he led the league in interceptions for the first 9 weeks of the season. And then in the second half, he turned it around, didn't throw a pick, and he looked fantastic.
There's nothing worse than I feel like when the fans know you better than the locker room. You know, when you have this like superstar guy that comes out of nowhere, everyone's like, we fucking love you.
Yeah.
He's on.
We watched him in Michigan.
Well, it's like the Russell Wilson shit.
Yeah.
Because he's on Subway commercials before like he's really like hung out with everyone.
Yeah. And it's like, come to my, look at all the problems Russell's had. Exactly. Yeah. Like Jonathan needs to be having the linemen over, like cookouts. Like
buying them gifts with his rookie bonus.
Yeah, he's got some good marketing money.
He's got enough money that he can like do nice guy things. Right. Until you get the big payout and you start buying them like golf carts and shit.
That's when you bring JJ, Jonathan.
No, did you hear that JJ Justin Jefferson gave up JJ to McCarthy
because he likes Jets.
Oh,
but
really?
I can't.
Yeah, so he's
Jets.
like, you're JJ, I'm Jets.
He's still Jonathan.
To me, I figured out he's McCarthy, and then we got Jets. JJ's done.
I'm just going to call both of them JJ forever, and we're going to have to figure out who I'm talking about.
I like that. A clip every week where you just talk up, like hype JJ up, and you have to figure out which JJ are we talking about.
If JJ was playing. Yeah.
Which JJ?
Yeah. Which JJ?
Yeah.
I mean, look, you're going to have to figure it out. When it's JJ to JJ, it's going to get real confusing. So at least this year, it's like if I'm talking about someone on the field, you know who it is. And if I'm talking about someone on the sidelines, you know who it is. Next year, when it's JJ to JJ, we're fucked.
And maybe even they flip it up and JJ throws it to JJ. And then you're
the
like,
opposite
shit.
A lateral.
And it's like, it's like, that was a different JJ to JJ.
No. JJ laterals to JJ, who then throws to JJ.
Yeah. And everybody's like, we've never seen that. A JJ to JJ?
JJs. Can we get another JJ out there? Probably.
Hopefully.
JJ Watt. JJ Watt
we
comes
still got
on.
TJ. We got TJ out there too. JJ, TJ,
JJ Watt comes on as like some type of coach next year. You know?
I would love that. Except, yeah.
I'd rather have TJ Watt, but whatever.
Well, yeah.
Well,
that's not happening.
TJ's on the field. JJ would just be a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need any more coaches. We're good. We're 10th. You already talked about this.
We are. Yeah, that's our ESPN made their list ranking the coaching staff.
Who makes that list? Like ESPN staff? Who are we talking about?
ESPN writers.
It wouldn't be Vikings Banter if we didn't have a fire.
I've been watching a ton of police chases lately.
Yeah.
And getting really into them. I just love to see they're always on like
it's so unique to LA and
that I'm
so
driving
fun.
to get here.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah.
So you're like, I know where that is.
Oh, I can be like, I remember when that guy like crashed and then broke into that truck and went, and I was like, freedom. Yeah.
You're calling the cops like, hey, there's a better route. Take this side street and you'll get there before them.
Okay. Yeah,
like,
I had a long conversation last night with King
Can't
Cam about where to go.
Side streets.
Downtown, there's a few different like free parking lots. You just go up in Santi Alley.
Yeah.
Then you go change clothes. You're gone, dude.
Oh yeah, Baby Driver. Like that movie, I learned. I had already thought of them going in, but then you just see it's like have a fucking switch car in the parking lot. You get in there, you quickly get in another car, pull right out. Like, how are they following you? You know?
But if you want let's say your car is going to be difficult. You got this new. Like Desert Storm Tesla truck going on.
What it is.
Foundation. It's all these things.
Yeah.
See, that when you steal that, or if I stole that from you potentially today, I would then go downtown because that's where my getaway is.
Yeah.
But then it's hard to get that car out of downtown later on.
Yes.
Because
unless you
wrap it,
tear the wrap off.
Yeah.
And then now it's a completely different car.
Yep.
Oh shit.
The wrap is the move because you can just pull it off.
Steal your car.
They should just, yeah. But now you're hoping that you stole a car you just got to steal wrap car.
Yeah, you steal a car.
Yeah, you only steal the wrap cars.
Color.
Duh.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
We got a lot of moves here.
Yeah.
I like the car swap.
Did we? Okay.
Obviously, change your outfit.
Before we witnessed that murder on Santa Monica Boulevard, we were talking about the 10th
NFL or ESPN.com.
So it's ESPN writers.
ESPN writers.
Okay.
I don't know how many. I don't know which ones, but I'm happy with them. They're very nice to us. Ranked 1 through 32. Dead last were the Raiders. I laughed at that.
That's awesome.
I sent it to my brother. First, the Chiefs. Makes sense. 3 Super Bowl wins. I get it.
Yep.
Coming in 10th, the Minnesota Vikings.
Seems a little high.
I'm not going to lie. I scrolled from 32 and I just kept scrolling and I was like 31, 30. Like, I hope we're not in this section. Then I got to like 22 and I was like, I'm good. I'm good if I see our name pop up. And I'm like 21, 20, 19, 18. Like, oh, shit. And then it just got ridiculous. And I was like, oh, they forgot to put us on the list. When I was at like 13, I was like, oh, they just omitted us.
Yeah.
Like, we're not on here. And then I was like 12, 11. I was like, okay, now I hope we appear. Because clearly if we're like top 3, it's a stupid list. And like they don't know anything about
like
football.
Is a Minnesota writer or
it's
something.
Like Mike Florio who just blows the Vikings on everything. And then it was 10. And I was like, I'm very happy with this. We cracked the top 10. This is fantastic.
But the Bears are...
not the Bears.
Packers
and the Lions.
Yep.
Lions got second.
Lions got second?
Second. Dan Campbell going for it on every 4th down. They blew the fucking NFC Championship.
Like the bestie of...
Everybody loves them right now.
Right.
They're the hot girl at the party.
And he's the locker room guy.
Ben Johnson didn't leave, and Aaron Glenn was up for coaching candidacy last year. But Ben Johnson is really the star of that. They're giving a nod to offensive teams who come up with like elite play call. Ben Johnson, very good. If you just went by offensive coordinators, he'd probably be maybe first in the league right now. Actually, no, Andy Reid, because they don't have an offensive coordinator. But Ben Johnson's very good. Dan Campbell, I still am like, you could have won that NFC Championship game if you just played traditionally, and you blew it because you couldn't help yourself but go for it on every 4th down.
I think he gets more credit because the franchise has sucked so bad.
That's true.
Yeah,
that then they're like, oh, like you've gotten this thing out of the mud.
The expectations are nothing.
Yeah.
Right. And then the Packers
but
were,
like
what, 6?
Kyle Shanahan and the Niners is a much better coaching. Or sorry, they don't have an offensive coordinator.
They also wouldn't have done that because that's just an easy 1-2 of like that's who was in the Super Bowl last year. Like it makes ESPN look kind of but it makes ESPN look like stupid.
But the Niners have been to the Super Bowl twice, and you gave it to the team that lost to the Niners. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I can't.
Was there coaching changes in the Niners this year though?
I don't think so. I don't know if their DC left, but Kyle Shanahan doubles as their offensive coordinator. Maybe they docked them because they don't have a technical offensive coordinator, but Kyle Shanahan's an amazing play caller.
Either does Kansas City.
No, they do. I'm sorry. But it's Andy Reid running it, but they have an offensive coordinator. Yeah. The only teams without coordinators are the Bucs do not have a defensive coordinator because Todd Bowles does it, and head coaches, and then Kyle Shanahan also is the offensive coordinator. But it was like the Texans with Bobby Slowick and like teams like that kept their guys around. But the Vikings, they said if it was just up to Flores, we'd be higher. They have Flores as one of the top 3 defensive coordinators in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then Kevin O'Connell, who we're saying is like, this is the year.
He's kind of hot seated with JJ, with McCarthy down.
It buys him time.
It gives him. He gets at least a full season start with the quarterback you drafted.
As long as it's not like 1-11 for this year, and like the offense looks awful, and he's doing the same thing last year where he's swapping quarterbacks back and forth. As long as that doesn't happen, which I don't expect, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, what did you guys think about? It seems like
he's buddies with Kwesi.
Yeah.
Like that was his pick in the draft. Like, who do you want to make your offense run?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about the drama with Flores this week? With Tua in particular. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, but I want to hear what you're thinking.
Called him out and was like, I can't even remember the direct quote because it seems so ridiculous.
Well, he said it was like one of like the hardest times of his life, and like if everybody comes in, if someone every single day is like telling you you're a piece of shit and you don't deserve to be here and blah blah blah, blah, like he's like that gets at you, and he like directly named Flores, and then also went around and obviously he's like pumping up Mike McDaniels, which he should.
Yeah,
he's turning it
but
around
a different style of coach.
100%.
It's a different era. Like Flores is a throwback.
But it was very definitely like everyone's entitled to their own like experience, especially when in like a coaching behavior type situation. But it was definitely like, this guy's a piece of shit and he like kind of ruined my life. That was the impression that I got.
So his direct quote was, if you woke up every morning and I told you that you suck at what you did, that you don't belong doing what you do, that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here, that you haven't earned this right, and then you have somebody else coming in and telling you, dude, you are the best fit for this, how would it make you feel listening to one or the other? And then he called him a terrible person.
Yeah.
So that's not like mentioning, like that's a direct attack on Flores. And like you said, defaming, like if you say that I called you a terrible person, like that's very specific wording. But Flores comes from the old school NFL mentality. Yeah. He was with the Patriots, who
that's why he gets along with the defense,
dogging each other
the best.
Right.
Yeah, that's his side of the ball. He gets that. He knows how to try to bring out the best in people. It works for defenses. Maybe it doesn't work as an offensive guy.
A new young quarterback who is trying to find his identity in the league.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like I don't necessarily believe that he was like, you're a piece of shit, you don't belong here. Like, if that's not prove yourself. Like, they still took him fucking in the first round over Justin Herbert. Like,
I don't even mind if he physically hazed.
Oh, I hope
that doesn't bother me. Like, he locked me away. Like,
NFL.
Big boy ball.
But what I really liked about Flores' response was that he like took some ownership though too. Like he was like, listen.
So yeah,
those were rough years for him too. Like in the media and shit.
He got fired after a year of good.
Flamed.
Yeah, they started horrible. I want to say 0-5, something like that, and then they ended up almost making the playoffs with and they knocked out the Patriots in the last week. It was fantastic.
And his ownership fucked him the entire season.
And then they fired him unjustly. And now Tua, big dog, gets his contract, and he's out there fucking dogging his ex-head coach. You don't need to say a fucking word about him. Shut up. You can hype your current coach and not shit on your former coach. Like, it just seems
I loved the approach that he took. Like, seriously, being like, times have changed. He was just like, I've grown as a person. Like if I made
Flores?
you feel that, yeah.
Oh, Flores
He handled it
utmost
unbelievably.
class.
And then he had two guys. Who were the two
We
guys
had
at
two,
the conference?
that's what I was just about to pull
behind
up. I
him?
wanted to see the pictures.
Yeah, I
of
don't know who
it
it was. I can't remember. So he had two
internet
players
would work.
stand behind him at the press conference. He didn't ask him to, and he was like, "Guys, like go down." Like,
Oh yeah, it was. Why can't I think of their names right now?
It was.
I'm seeing their faces in my head.
I want to say
one of our cornerbacks.
Yeah, it was a two black guys.
Quarterback with dreads. It's dope. Braids.
This is so annoying that my internet just sucks. Flores
press conference.
I thought it was Gilmore almost. I almost thought it was like that press conference.
I don't think.
But it wasn't.
Oh, maybe.
No, it wasn't though. It was
Stephon Gilmore.
Was it?
No.
Just need the damn picture. Why does this want to be so difficult?
I want to say it was Cushman, and then
Cashman.
Cashman, Cushman, yeah.
My fucking.
Here we go.
I think Apple is trying to fuck me over.
Probably. Is your phone old? They're gonna.
It's just like every time I type a website, it's like when
It was
they know
Metellus
when I
and
need
Phillips. Metellus and Phillips.
Josh
That's
Metellus.
yeah. Okay. Metellus is this interesting guy that I see him. He's really leading like from the back in a weird way.
Oh, Metellus is.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about him.
He's
He's looking like a dog.
Is he the stepchild of the season? Maybe is he yours?
Oof. He's actually a great stepchild.
Yeah.
Yes.
Harrison Phillips.
100%. But he's also an odd guy that I don't even think he stacks as many stats to like slowly grow as like, whoa, this guy was. I think he's just impactful like on like
everywhere.
The emotional, spiritual,
which you
familial,
need on your defense.
like part of the team. Yeah.
Well,
Like,
Flores
huge.
also plays him everywhere. That's one of the guys who could line up in coverage or blitz you at any time.
Yeah. Well, that proves that those guys are our team leaders
Mhm.
that we don't even
It's interesting,
necessarily
Harrison
know
Phillips.
about, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but
I
that's,
mean, I guess he
those
was
are the guys.
around, and the other guys are all new, so it had to be somebody who was actually there.
Yeah, that's true.
And it does prove that, you know, this Flores thing is going to be interesting because I think he's deserving of a head coaching job, like if he does well again, right? And he's going to prove himself. He's already proving it with a bunch of young players being like, yo, we got you back.
I'm terrified of somebody stealing him.
So, but we have the perfect combo. If Big Cock can do what he's just do the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And then Flores just
that's
keeps,
all he is.
we're getting this perfect space.
Perfect synergy for an interesting
And if they can hold that
offense.
together.
For a Super Bowl?
We have that combo
we've
for
got
sure.
the coaching set up for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
if
we just
Cock
don't
can
have the
handle it.
year for it, which is frustrating. Because
We don't
then
have the quarterback
if
yet.
we
That's the
lose
problem.
Flores after the end of the season.
Well, the beauty is, like, especially with these comments coming out and him suing the NFL, it's like a lot of owners are like, hell no on Flores. I mean, they wouldn't even give him a job 2 years ago after he started suing the NFL. The only team that would take a shot were the Pittsburgh Steelers and give him
If
wasn't
we
even
lost
DC.
another great defensive mind to Pittsburgh Steelers to then turn into
kill
a
someone.
decade long,
But at least we got one back.
almost Hall of Fame coach.
Oh, he's going to the Hall of Fame, Tomlin. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be horrific. Like to think
Yeah.
that he was a defensive
DC.
backcourt.
He was our DC.
He was okay.
Yep.
We can't Flores. If we can't lose him, he has to become our head coach and just fill it in with a great, very strong-minded,
which
offensive
almost never
coordinator.
happens, where you like
flip,
promote. It's so difficult.
It does suck because you get in those Zimmer eras where like you do kind of like overdraft defense. It gets a little odd, but who knows? We'll figure it out.
Flores needs to stay. I think this kind of stuff, like bad press coming out, we should actually release more bad press, deters teams from hiring him.
So you think it's coming from our front office? Keep his price low.
I did it, yeah, just to keep him in his position. Like, hey, just so you remember, you can't have a head coaching job.
Luke has a PR company on the side and just is solely to,
I love
to
that.
bash the Vikings.
Just keep
It's
prices
great.
low.
I want to keep Flores exactly where he is, or make him like, I could even do like co-head coaches. I'm fine with that. We'll be the first team ever to
That'd
do
be
that.
fun. That'd be so
or like
messy.
demote Cock to offensive
Didn't we
coordinator.
almost have a co-head coach the year before? Who was it when
2
we?
years ago was Cock.
No, when we brought that like Denver guy in who was like our executive, something.
Kubiak?
Yeah.
He was sitting. I don't know what he was doing, but he was like
the advisor.
Yeah,
like,
he was some like a tweener
like
between
that.
like offensive coordinator and coach.
Yeah.
That's garbage. I hate that.
I forgot about that. That was funny.
Yeah, and a lot of teams are going towards. I mean, the league is moving towards offense, so a lot of teams are trying to find that next elite offensive coordinator mind. Next year, Bobby Slowick is going to get a head coaching job, and Ben Johnson's going to get a head coaching job. Like those are the guys who are getting first dibs.
Did we already talk about this?
Like, I think Eberflus gets fired at some point
this year.
I hope. I mean, I hope not, because I think he's awful.
Not if the Bears are like.
But if the Bears are competitive, then
there's
won't.
No way.
I don't know who gets fired. There's so many new head coaches. It's like the people on the hot seat are. I think Kevin O'Connell, like we said, buys himself another year.
But otherwise, he would be
not going anywhere.
And all the teams that are in that odd, like potential hot seat territory, have such like big turnaround. I feel like with like new quarterbacks, new schemes.
Yeah,
everyone has like a gap year to kind of figure themselves out.
Well, unless you've got a shitty owner like Carolina last year, who Frank Reich wanted to draft C.J. Stroud. David Tepper stepped in and said, "No, you're drafting Bryce Young," and then fired Frank Reich because Bryce Young sucks. And he was like, "I didn't want him, you did," and then he got fired.
Yeah.
So shit like that can happen where the owner's just insane, but it seems like a lot of teams are pretty set for at least the year.
Oh, Cowboys.
Oh yeah, no, I think Cowboys.
That's who's on.
Yeah, they're not going to cut him till Deion's the head coach of the Cowboys.
Yeah, but
that's what I think.
Oh, right.
But end of the season, it could be. But it depends. If you take away, like, if you want more power, and Jerry's not going to relinquish power, then it's like, okay, you know what? Fuck you, Deion. And then a Ben Johnson or a Bobby Slowick comes in. But that I'm so excited to see. There's so many interesting NFL storylines to see. But like Robert Saleh with the Jets, a lot of people have him.
That's true.
I would take him. I think he's a great coach.
Why can't I think of his name? Eagles. He's on hot seat.
Sirianni. Yeah, and that's a great job.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I think he'll go as well because him and Jalen cannot get along.
Nope.
So he'll get fired. Again, one of those two offensive coordinators could come in. Yeah, no, if they start slow, he's immediately gone.
Yeah.
Or if Jalen is just like bitchy, sulking around the field, they're going to pick him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sirianni will be gone. And those are both two big jobs. I think Dable could be on the hot seat with the Giants.
Yeah.
Is there big college coaches looking to get in the league now? Is there like one that's like
Deion would be the big one?
Oh, so it's just Deion.
I think Deion's the big one. I mean,
Deion's gonna be the first guy to get like ownership of like part ownership and like GM.
That's what he's gonna want.
Job.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna want.
It's gonna be this weird like GM/coach/ whatever.
Yeah.
Some sort of ownership. I think Jerry Jones like truly kind of passes the
well,
Cowboys.
Honestly, because Jerry Jones is getting up there too, so it's not.
Oh, he can go at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean McDermott, the Bills, that's another one. And then Bill Belichick is still on that like outside.
Suck this year.
Oh, they could be really bad.
Like
this
really
could
bad.
be especially early with just a rookie wide receiver as your wide receiver one. Could be, and they got rid of a lot of defensive veteran stalwarts.
Is Deion Dawkins? Did he?
Deion Dawkins? Yeah, I think he resigned.
He resigned. Okay.
I think he either had an extension or signed an extension, but he's still there. Yeah.
They probably had to pay him. Like,
how about for us bringing in Gilmore?
Yeah.
Is this a guy that like immediately gets injected into the starting offense?
Oh, he's our cornerback one immediately. He's our mirror guy. He's going to take away a player. I mean,
you were
he's
not
as
super
good as he
excited
used to
about
be.
this, though.
I was very excited about Gilmore. I wanted Gilmore since the beginning. And the reason he took so long to sign, he's like a Brett Favre, one of these guys in their twilight. He's still very good, but it's like he doesn't want to do training camp. He doesn't need preseason time. He'll get used to the playbook. He worked with Flores in New England. He gets it. These guys are boys. He understands his role. He's coming in. He knows his role. There's no competition for cornerback one. He'll get the toughest defensive matchup every single week.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just a shame that the season is so up in the air offensively. It's like and he only signed a 1-year
Why
deal.
would you sign a guy like that than just a 1 year?
Again, it's teaching the future. Same reason Harrison Smith is there right now for, probably his final season. It's like we need those guys in the locker room, like when we were talking to Eric Kendricks, to teach the new guys, the young kids, how to navigate this league, how to navigate this defense. Like, these are the guys who are going to set the tone for
Is he that old?
I don't know his
plus
exact
30?
age, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
like
on the
30.
downhill.
Like 33,
it's like
34.
a Patrick Peterson where he comes in and he's going to fucking kill it for a few games. He's going to get burned by some speed young dudes.
Okay.
But he's one of the best. One of the best ever at cornerback. He's fantastic.
He's 33.
33, yeah.
So he's got, like a year and a half left.
Yeah. Next year he'll go to like a Steelers where it's just all about the what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? The way things are.
Just the tradition of the
franchise.
franchise.
Yeah. Like,
and maybe have a run with like whatever team.
And he
he's
won't
on.
have to be the number one guy. He could like play in a zone defense and just be
an amazing
niche.
role player, leader
exactly.
from the
like exactly like Patrick Peterson went to the fucking Steelers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about him. 1-year deal, it's fine. Defense should be interesting. It's a lot of new pieces. I still think the beginning of the season goes slow, and then by the midway point, we're fucking rolling on defense.
Who's our preseason game this week?
I don't even know. It doesn't even matter.
Either.
It's all back up.
Is it? Did we learn anything last week about our team that like was notable? And is there anything like that they're gonna try to groom up going into this next season?
Yeah, like what's the
game?
point
like,
of this next
Because
game? The Eagles.
Who are these like? Who's the guys that are on the fence to like? They have to show up this next week. This is their last snaps.
The deeper guys, I don't even know.
So you're saying Jared, right?
Who?
The quarterback. Jaron Hall.
Oh, Jaron Hall. Yeah, him and Matt Corral are kind of fighting for that. I think it's just to give him a little fire up the ass because he looked pretty good last week. But
is there any guys that we drafted that are still like, are you going to make this team?
No. The drafted kids are going to stick around.
Okay.
We had, we didn't have a very deep draft, but those guys stick around, especially, again, with Jackson dying, sadly.
Yeah.
We just needed help at cornerback, which I think we filled now. I think it's just another week of learning the playbook, knowing what to expect. We're going to blitz more than any team in the league. I think we rushed 6 last season, 26% of snaps. The second highest for the second highest total for the next team, 11%. We did 26%. Next was 11%. That is such a dramatic difference.
For blitzing?
The difference for blitzing, for bringing 6 people, which is like an all-out blitz with like 2 man
almost
coverage.
Yeah.
That's we did that 26.
Wow.
One out of every 4 snaps, the defense has to expect 6 guys coming like that, or the offense.
And we struggle with cornerback depth, so we're putting everybody on an island.
Yeah. Well, that's what Stephon Gilmore is good for, is like press coverage. He's big, he's strong. He can bump you at the line, throw off the timing, and then a bunch of guys are blitzing. You don't know who's coming. Metellus, Harrison Smith.
Well, Turner. I mean,
all these guys. Now you got Van Ginkel's athleticism coming at you. You got Ivan Pace in the middle. You got Blake Cashman coming off the side. Jonathan Grenard. We got younger, faster. Dallas Turner is going to be a fucking nightmare with that happening. Who also already has the best odds for defensive rookie of the year in the
He
NFL.
has already proven, I guess he's one guy that's already kind of shined, that even if he's not sacking, he's like always there. Like he's in the quarterback's face.
Oh my God, he's so fast. His move off the side, and this is just in preseason without the like the regular season week 1 starters on the field. When we get all those guys and Flores gets to open it up and show everyone like, now you got to deal with this, because it was 26% of the time dropping back, and then blitzing, and then it was 3 rushers. So pulling everybody back and playing like a prevent defense, we did 20% of the time. So 1 in every 4 plays, we bring 6.
Just always all or nothing.
1 in every 5 plays, we bring no one and drop everyone back. So you're literally sitting there reading this defense going, is everyone coming to kill me? Or do I have or is everyone going to drop back and now I've got to read this crazy defense?
Nice.
The next highest total also was 11. So we're the most unpredictable defense in the entire NFL. It's two extremes. Everyone, no one.
And now with our linebackers that we brought in, we actually have like the guys to be able to do that a little bit more effectively.
Yeah,
exactly. We didn't have that level of athleticism, I feel like.
No, we had older, more tired guys. Now we got young, fresh legs. Daniil was incredible, had his best season last year, but he was the focal point. Like, everyone knew every single play. You got to double him and chip with the running back. Now it's Grenard, Dallas Turner, Cashman, Pace, Van Ginkel, safety, Harrison Smith coming down. Like, who the fuck is coming?
Actually, you know what? Lewis Seen looked kind of good.
He drives me crazy.
He throws
because I want to get excited.
Yeah, because he was throwing his body around. When he hits people, it's pretty serious.
He's a missile.
He's kind of the opposite of what I expected from him, just because he's been a pussy for 2 years.
I don't know.
But then maybe something clicked.
It felt like there's something there. Like, at least
he looked so good in purple on the field. He, like you said, is a weapon. He's out there. He's flinging his body.
Knocking heads.
Fucking hits.
He almost looked like he's like the perfect guy to take Harrison Smith's job
that's what
to pass the torch.
We had always hoped.
Yeah. But he looked like that last week. Where you're like, wait, this guy's long.
I don't know what the problem is. These are the issues when you're not there on the field to ask them and get an honest answer of why aren't you good? Why can you not carve out a role when you have such physical talent? You were so good in college.
Fast.
Why doesn't it work?
Yeah.
And you just don't get a real answer. It's can you not read playbooks? Are you an asshole?
Maybe it took him 3 seasons or 2 seasons.
Well, the first year was an injury. So he immediately got hurt, missed the entire season. That was understandable. Last year was all right, here we go. And he just couldn't get on the field. And you're like, how are you not better than anyone?
Well, it felt like it was a Biden thing. They were lying to us about what was happening. They were like, oh, it's his hamstring. And we're like,
no, it's not.
He doesn't play. He's not practice. Where was the hamstring?
Healthy scratch every week.
Yeah.
To not get on the field is crazy.
I started to get excited, though.
See it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else to get excited about? Cooper DeJean, the white cornerback for the Eagles, hasn't played yet. He's supposed to play this preseason week.
Against us.
Our white boy, he took your job.
Yeah.
You could get back in the league as a corner, I think. Maybe a safety.
He's our last
hope. Around back there. Yeah, no. If he doesn't pan out, no one's ever taking a risk on another white corner.
I don't think a white player will play cornerback for a decade if he doesn't.
They already don't want to play him at corner. They're like, let's put him at safety.
Why would you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
He doesn't have the fast twitch muscles to keep up with a fucking Stephon Diggs, Xavier Worthy, these guys who do a little shimmy at the line. He's going to fall over. I'm going to get embarrassed. You're going to be embarrassed.
Yeah, because he does. He's doing it.
You guys are going to take this personally?
I'm going to be so upset.
Okay.
He's speaking and playing for us.
He's everyone. The same way Christian McCaffrey is our running back because he's a fucking white running back. Okay. He's the best player in the league.
Which is overhyped. It's overhyped. He's not the best player in the league.
He should have won MVP last year.
Yeah, the whole CMC thing is
He should have won MVP.
It's white propaganda. Is why he's the
best
player.
He was the best player last year, other than
he's probably
Patrick
Jewish
Mahomes
too, or
and
something.
every quarterback. McCaffrey. I don't know, his first name's Christian. I think.
Yeah, but I know what you all do.
We got to sneak him in there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're there. Did we figure out who we're playing yet?
Eagles. So you're going to see your guy.
For preseason, yeah.
Oh, we are. Oh, yeah. I thought you were. I didn't know he was playing with us.
Oh. Yeah, he's going to play against us. Now he's going to shut us down, actually.
Yeah, that's actually very
If he
Vikings.
would be good at chirping, though, just as an aesthetic, the glasses and stuff.
Yeah.
If he could chirp right and then actually, get under your skin and, keep it real, tip some balls, just keep you off the ball. Dude,
he's big.
He's
athletic. He can fucking hit, dude.
He's 6 foot.
Throw himself over. Yeah. He was the biggest cornerback in the draft.
Where is he drafted?
Whoa, because he looks
like thickness.
He looks shorter. He looks like a 5'10" guy.
He's not very tall. I think he's 6 feet tall, but he's athletic. He's strong. It's very similar to Christian McCaffrey, where he's just like a little pit bull. You see him work out without pads and shit, and you're like, damn, this kid's fucking ripped. But that's how big you got to be to compete.
Yeah, and then everybody doesn't take you fully seriously.
His athleticism is
slowly
insane because he does kick returns, punt returns. He's all over the place. He's a little beast.
But Iowa,
yeah. Oh, those Iowa dudes are fucking bred. That's the George Kittles.
Yeah.
I just like those guys a little bit more like D end, or D line.
Yeah.
Middle field, great middle linebackers.
That's why you have
Get
a
on
little
the
safety, a
edges.
little Harrison Smith running around back there, throwing his body around. Cooper could be good.
The last thing, I guess, even because we're getting long-winded here.
Yeah,
Dalvin Cook, is he going to play this year at all?
Oh shit.
I
was surprised to see.
Oh my god, I didn't even think.
I don't even think he has a
I
he
couldn't
doesn't
even
have a
tell
team.
you the last time I heard.
He's not signed
that
anybody.
name. Yeah.
I saw him doing. He's like maybe fighting like a YouTube guy,
What?
like one of the
Wait,
one of
he's
like
doing,
Jake
the
Paul's,
boxing?
like like Aaron Steinberg.
Yeah.
It's like the Steiny of like Jake Paul's camp.
Oh
This
my
guy
god.
like
He's
yeah.
doing like celebrity boxing.
it looked
Did
like
he lose all of his money already?
I don't know. It
Oh,
looked like
no,
a presser that he
bro.
was doing celebrity boxing against like this little guy.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, Bob Menery really did ruin this guy's career.
I mean, we
Holy
killed
shit.
it with getting rid of him.
It wasn't
It was
us.
perfect timing. He's
It was
shown
Bob.
interest in the Cowboys, but yeah, no, they.
Well, okay, sure.
See if he's boxing someone though.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, he had a kid. He's really cute.
Conti, I was excited about that. Yeah, no, he's a free agent. Jesus Christ. Yeah,
I'm
we
Googling
killed
it.
it getting rid of him.
I don't think
And
we did, Bob.
Madison, who fucking sucks, looked like shit against us for like a quarter, and then he started to get some holes, but it's like you're playing against our
You
fourth
got to
string
get rid of
defense.
running backs a year before it feels right.
Yeah.
It's got it. Like it's a Band-Aid rip.
Look what
It's weird. Everyone's uncomfortable.
The
Everybody's wearing
Steelers are the kings of that. Le'Veon Bell was tearing up the league, changed the way running backs ran with this hesitation behind the line. They got rid of him. Everyone's like, "What are you doing?" Awful. Fell apart. Sucked ass for the Jets. Wouldn't come play. He was holding out for a contract. Then they did it a couple years later with Antonio Brown.
So are we gonna? So I say this though: is Jones gonna
Aaron
be
Jones?
Yeah, like
It's
do we
dicey.
kind of have that situation going
He
on
looked
where like the
like shit.
Packers go, yeah, you can have him.
Injury-wise,
Have fun with
yes. He cannot stay healthy. He's not going to play a full season. That's a guarantee. But, one, Ty Chandler looks fantastic as
Nwangu
the
even looked
second. Nwangu looked great. And I'm excited to see what he can do on kick return. But Aaron Jones' best games were his last 5 games last season. So it's not like he started hot and then faded away. He wasn't healthy, and then when he got healthy, he was the best running back in the NFL for the end of the season.
Okay.
And playoffs when it matters.
So they sold him high, and it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Running backs are starting to scare me where I'm like, you just got to rip the Band-Aid.
Well, he's a free agent, so we took him.
Dalvin Cook's
I know, I get
racing
that.
him.
Yeah.
He's racing him in an 800 meter.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
better. That's not as embarrassing. Getting knocked out like AP is.
Yeah.
That's where it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I guess
forgot
you're
to
having
do that
just
too.
fun with it.
Yeah.
He has new
They're
age
just, like,
management and all
fucking
that
At least
stuff.
it's still athleticism. Like, okay, you're running. Like,
Right.
You're proving to us you can still
An
run.
800, that kid's not gonna make that. Like Dalvin's gonna like lap it.
800's a
Who's
weird
he going
one.
against?
Some skinny white kid that's in like Jake Paul's camp.
Yeah, I think it's like Jake Better
800's
or
two laps.
Derek something. Derek
Dalvin
Better.
might be too fucking heavy to get a full.
800's a weird one. That's the
Yeah.
tweener one.
8 times up and down the field. I don't think Dalvin's running
No,
down the field
it's
once.
circle.
Two
No,
laps.
I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah.
I'm comparing it to a
Oh,
football.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eight,
but like
8
he's
touchdowns
an
from the
NFL
one.
quarterback. He's just like some skinny white kid that like probably
That's
doesn't
why he
work
just has to
out.
practice doing this.
That's where
Yeah.
like there's always this thing
Dalvin's
that
used to
happens.
pads and
like,
getting hit.
A really good track star, like with great endurance, can sometimes do like a 300.
Yeah.
But by 400, they're kind of
It's a different training.
Now you get
Yeah.
the weird gangly white guys with the 800s.
Well, that's why Noah Lyles called out Tyreek Hill, and they're in this fucking fight. Noah Lyles, the most
Everyone
hated,
hates
most hated American.
Why?
He's so annoying.
It's
He called out your boy Anthony Edwards. You didn't see that?
I get it.
As a Minnesota guy who loves Anthony Edwards, you should hate Noah
I have
Lyles.
never said I completely
Wait,
love
wait,
it. I've
Wait,
struggled
run
with
this back. I missed this.
Noah Lyles is the American track and field kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good at. No, he didn't win gold, and then he was out celebrating.
No. You know, he didn't win 200 gold. He won the 100.
Yeah, but it was like a relay. I think he won as a team. He got a gold.
No, he won the 100.
Sorry, he won the 100.
Lost the 200
gold.
personal.
Then he went out that night and was like dancing at a club late before the
shit.
relay, and they ended up losing and got silver.
Oh.
And then it came out that he had COVID, but he was like out
I
the
should
night
remember
before
that.
partying, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
So he's out
especially
there
for a
spreading
team event when they're like, "Fuck you!" Like, do whatever you want on your own.
He was a Adidas sponsored athlete, or they sponsor the whole. Adidas either sponsors the whole team or the whole U.S. athletes, but they had an event for Anthony Edwards' new shoe.
Okay.
So everybody went to support Anthony Edwards. Who doesn't show up? Noah Lyles. His reasoning.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards isn't a champion. Why would I go to that?
Oh.
Why are you? Because he's basically saying like Olympic athletes don't get shoe deals, but like these up and coming basketball.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
He took a shot at Anthony Edwards, but this is also he's still the same guy who said, "Why do they call it the World Championship for the NBA? You're just the champion of America. It's not a world champion."
He's just trying to like chirp and
he's a dickhead. So now Tyreek Hill, they were asking like who's faster, Tyreek Hill or Noah Lyles, and Noah Lyles was like, "I'll smoke him." And Tyreek said,
"I think Tyreek might burn him."
But look, this is the fascinating part. It's like we always want to know the best NFL guy or nobody's doubting his speed. He's an Olympic athlete. He's an Olympic gold medal runner. He should be able to smoke Tyreek. He's the one saying, "I'm not going to race him. He hasn't done anything to deserve it." And it's like, okay, bro, go out and smoke him then and show everybody the difference between you and an NFL player.
Yeah.
But no,
it is incredible
when
the track star thinks they're more athletic than like the guy on the football field. Because anybody who's ever played high school football always had like the track guy be like, "I'm the fast guy." And then he comes in and you're like, "Oh my God, like you can't do shit for some reason."
Tyreek hasn't run a 40 since his fucking pro day. Like, he's not practicing his 40 anymore. Noah Lyles, every day of his life, is starting that burst off the line. He should kill Tyreek. Tyreek is a different type of speed. He's not hand on the floor anymore, But like Xavier Worthy, who had the 4.21 last year in the combine, he had the fastest 40 in NFL history. I would understand him versus Noah Lyles. Like, that makes sense. He just finished training for that. He's young. Tyreek's already 30. Like, he should lose.
He's got like 7 kids.
But Noah Lyles, big fucking yappy mouth. What has he done to earn racing me?
What have you done?
Nobody knows you, bro. We only know you because you won't shut the fuck up. But to take the shot at Anthony Edwards, even I was like, shut up.
Seriously. Well, that's how.
What has he won? Why
well, he just doesn't understand that like you can be like the 10th best NBA player.
Yeah.
Which I think he's higher than that personally, but you can call it around there.
Yeah.
And you are worth way more to any company than the best track star. It's just the way it is.
A billion times over. The 50th ranked NBA player is worth more to Adidas than Noah Lyles.
Yeah.
Noah Lyles has his flash in the pan couple of years during the Olympic time. I'm sure in 4 years, when it's in America, when it's in LA, he'll be a big name again. Everyone will be wondering what happened to him.
I mean, and you're acting like this. You're actually going to like, you think you're staying in the headlines.
Yeah.
People are going to be like,
but it's the opposite. Yeah, exactly. It's the opposite. Like, we're getting annoyed with you already, where I'm rooting for your demise now. Whereas if you went and you raced Tyreek Hill and you burned Tyreek Hill, I'd be like, yo, this guy's the dopest athlete ever. Get him in the NFL, all that kind of stuff.
Why wouldn't you, BKs?
Embrace it.
You're going to win gold. Now you're invited to all the parties.
Yeah.
Why would you kick yourself out of the party?
Every NBA player hates him. He wouldn't go to the gold medal game. He wouldn't go to the party, the shoe release. It's just a bitter
Well, they're
guy.
all at Simone Biles shit. They're like, fuck it, we're over here.
Yo, no. And the USA basketball players were at every event. They went to so many things. They were going to ping pong, volleyball. Yep. They were having so much fun.
Because they know they're a sideshow of the Olympics.
They're 6'10".
It's not real Olympics.
They walk in and everyone's like, that's who we want to look at. Yeah. They immediately get all the attention. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anthony Edwards, by the way, side topic, he was doing an interview with KD, and he's now, like, if you can get an MVP vote for Anthony Edwards next season, at whatever the odds are now, get it while you can, because it's going to skyrocket. He has become, like, from that, like, chip on the shoulder kid, like, kind of douchey kid, he's fuck me.
Fuck is that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh well, he got to hang out
Get the pillow.
with the best players in the league.
I don't know. No! You hit it towards me. Get away.
Flip his butt.
For those who are just listening, we're having
a beetle's trying to kill us.
They don't bite, do they?
It's a scarab.
I don't know.
I
think it's a drone.
It is interesting though, because I thought he would kind of go in there and be like just the young guy. he went in there and developed all of the respect as like a backbone of the team, even in a sense. It was crazy. Other than LeBron and Curry, obviously.
That's who he is. Like, he's the leader. He's the guy. I like that take.
No, so I didn't even get the full take. He was talking, and it was him and Kevin Durant. He's already said, like, Kevin Durant's his idol. That's who he loves. And then when he went against Kevin Durant, he took it at him, and he was talking shit. Like, he had that Kobe dog mentality already of, like, I'm going to take it at you. But what he's gained now, which he was talking about in this interview, was he goes, my way of leadership has always been, it's the fourth quarter, we're down, I'm taking over. And this is what he said. He goes, I got to sit on the bench in the gold medal game. Like, he hasn't sat on the bench since he was 6 years old.
Like, he doesn't have to take the shot.
He's never
even though he was having the stats, though.
But he goes, I watched Kevin Durant and LeBron James and Steph Curry, the best players in the world, pass. It was fourth quarter, 9 minutes left, we're down. Everyone's passing to each other. Like, this is how you win the game as a team. Oh. You get everybody involved. It doesn't have to be you. Even if you're LeBron, you're still passing.
Well, no shit. That LeBron passes all the time. That's why he sucks. Take
Kevin Durant
the shot.
Was still passing. Steph Curry was passing.
I think he might have learned something that ruined his career.
I mean,
because when you're a Timberwolf and you're passing when it's fourth quarter,
nobody's gotten a ring
and you're
yet,
Anthony Edwards,
so
you better be shooting.
He's going to do a mix. It's going to get the team involved. That makes you a leader on the
He
team.
has some growing up to do. He's going to have to go through his ego phase.
This did it.
I hope that happened.
Did it. He learned a lot from these.
You come through. You're good.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if he can just stop hooking up with Instagram thoughts and stop aborting babies, that would be great. But he should have spoke at the DNC. Once he gets over that, then I'll be able to support him a little bit more.
Okay. All right. We've gone back to your story that's caused us so
I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
He turned it around for you.
Last
year, you were like, I can't support
dude,
this
it's
dude.
America. You shoot a ball or catch a ball or throw a ball the right way, it'll change.
You're aborting at least.
You're just like, I get it, dude. Like, yeah, take the final shot. Don't pass, though.
We'll see. I guess we'll find out this season.
Alrighty. This was Vikings Banter. Sorry, it's just the best. It is the best Vikings show. Best Vikings. I don't know how to say best because it's the Vikings, but
we'll
the best Vikings show on the internet. If you're not sharing this to your friends that care about the sport in Minnesota, we need to get the numbers up because it doesn't make enough sense yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're just missing out. They're uninformed.
Yeah.
Fans. Don't be the last of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're gonna be out at tailgates in LA when the Vikings come here. We're hopefully gonna get to a Vikings game in Minnesota at some point this year.
Every Thursday night we're at Barney's Beanery.
Every Thursday night at Barney's Beanery.
Except maybe the Rams week.
We're gonna be tailgate.
Yeah, we're tailgate.
But yeah, support us. We love you all. God bless in school.